is Ivan Knapp with WCSM. I have with me Staci Kaufman. Mrs. Kaufman is the superintendent of Vantage, and Vantage is on the levy, on the ballot on the levy this coming November. Staci, would you talk out a little bit about the levy, how much it is, and what it's going to cost the people?
Yes, certainly, Ivan. The levy is only 1.05 mils. We've reduced it from last year at this time when it was 1.2 due to federal stimulus funds coming from the government in the form of Build America bonds. So we took advantage of everything we could to try to reduce the millage. But that translates to about $33.08 a year for the $100,000 property homeowner. It translates to 19 to 23 cents per acre per year for based on the average farm ground in Van Wert County. So we can really do a cool project, which is much, much needed for a ridiculously low amount. Most school renovation projects or construction projects are going to be at 3, 4, 5 mils in any district. The Vantage District covers 13 school districts, and 11 of those are included in the tax base for the school. So it reduces that across, and students from every district enjoy 100% of the benefit of this project for only 1/11 of the cost, which to me just makes plain sense.
You know, you took a group of people on a tour last evening, and I happened to be involved with that. When you think back on that tour, what kind of things did you specifically point out for us as visitors?
Well, we went through all of the training labs almost. We have 17 different programs here. The trade and industry labs are particularly lacking right now because we have to use open platform storage space for their related or theory classroom in 4 of those labs. We also have great need to update some equipment and to give some of our rooms more space. Our precision machining lab is a crowded work floor. Welding lab is packed full. Some other things that I pointed out, I guess, are some specialties about the programs and some nuances that most people wouldn't know until they come to the Career Center and see the wide variety of training all under one roof. So I know our tourists found it an interesting tour, and I was glad to be part of that.
You know, I was impressed when you pointed out how many students daily come here. Would you share that with the listeners?
Yes, we have right now about 485 students from 13 different high schools. We have increased our enrollment over the last few years, and students are recognizing that they can help pay for college by getting a skilled trade. Others simply know what they want to do, and they choose to start it in high school so they can get their feet on the ground and make a living for themselves as soon as they get out.
You know, I noticed that as you shared information with us, you talked specifically about some of the goals in terms of renovations. Can you share some of those?
Yes. We know that health careers training is very, very much needed in this region of Ohio, and so we will hopefully be able to add an additional health training lab, which will bring Northwest State nursing classes back under our roof. We'll also be able to offer some expanded day programs in healthcare, possibly, or expand adult ed training into the daytime schedule. But we'll have 2 labs to work with in health. We will have handicap accessibility, which is huge. Most of our lab space that has the 4 platform classrooms, all of that is not handicap accessible. There's no way to access those upstairs classrooms other than to be carried if you're in a wheelchair. The restrooms are very tightly crowded and not handicap accessible for some students with special needs. The additional things we'll be able to do are improved modern science classrooms. Right now we have 1 with no running water. We have 1 with only 1 sink. There is no daylight available for experiments, no room for experiment stations if students did have the facility to work with. There's no space for them. And I believe you saw one of the really crowded science classrooms where there's barely room for the teacher at the front of the room, and there's absolutely no running water in it.
You know, as we made that tour last evening, I'm convinced, Staci, if the public could see what we saw, you'd have no trouble passing your levy. As you think about the different programs that you have here, what kind of changes do you visualize in terms of space
about 69,000 square feet. 33,000 of that will be new career tech training space where we'll relocate 3 existing training labs, carpentry, welding, and precision machining. The additional 36,000 square feet will be primarily academic and science classroom space and what we call low bay classrooms, which are business, health classrooms or training labs. It will provide space for the classrooms we currently use and the training programs we currently offer, where right now most of our classrooms are half the size almost that they should be, or 2/3 the size. So we're really reconfiguring what we've got and spreading out so that those students and teachers have room to do what they do best.
You know, we talked a little bit during the tour about architects. Have you made a decision in regards to the architects?
Yes, in fact, I'm starting my 3rd year here, and our architects were selected long before I came because we've been on the top 15 schools in Ohio for a list of need as a priority for several years now. Garmin Miller from Minster are our architects, and we have really enjoyed our working relationship with them.
You know, I'm coming to you in an interview from the Parkway District. We're very pleased with what they did with the school there in the Parkway District. Again, as we talk about schools, you say you serve 13. Can you list some of those schools for the listeners?
Sure, Ivan. We have 4 schools in Putnam County, so we serve half of Putnam County. Those schools are Ottoville, Fort Jennings, Kalida, and Continental. We serve the Parkway District in Mercer County. We have a few taxpayers, maybe 15 or so, that live in Auglaize County. We also have all of Paulding County, which is Paulding, Antwerp, and Wayne Trace schools. And then we serve all of Van Wert County, which is Van Wert City, Lincoln View, and Crestview.
You know, as you think about students coming here from high school, do you have an idea what percentage of the students come?
I sure do. Putnam County sends us approximately 20% of their students. We have half of every class, though, from Continental. So Continental itself sends us, I think this year, 40% of their students. The Paulding schools send us about 32% of their students this year, and our adult ed training, well over 25% of our adults come from Paulding County. We have a good share, about 25% from the Parkway District, and the balance of that is made up then of our students from Van Wert County.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about, and we should before we quit, what kind of program do you have here for adults?
We have extensive adult programs. They can take full-time training programs in welding. We do police academy. We have the advantage of housing Wright State University Lake Campus classes for academics that apply toward a college degree under our roof. We also do a full-time business program, certified medical office, and we have the phlebotomy program, medical assisting program, and those programs in health. So we have a little health, little business, welding, police academy, and truck driving academy has been huge for us. That's really boomed since the economy has tanked.
And again, how many different programs do you offer here?
We have 17 different programs during the day school, and then in the evening we have several full-time but also several part-time programs. Financial aid is available for the full-time programs. And over 1,400 adults train every year with us for adult education, making 700 people come through our doors every day from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Vantage is very important